Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here around here, well, most of you, some of you, a few of you may know, probably do know, may have come past this guy, street video reviewer. Now, if you're not familiar with him and what he does, basically he is a troll. He thinks he's super smart, super clever, better than everyone else. Goes on about his legal training. Oh, we'll come to that soon. And well, he's got ghosts in the closet, more than bloody one or two, let me tell you now. So let me introduce you to street video reviewer formerly as Timothy Thomas Rogers, who was convicted of a number of offences. So let's go to that now, shall we? Okay, so here I have a news article that was published regarding and his actions. Head title is Leeds Solicitor Jailed for Tax Fraud. Do mind the eyes, guys, it's super bright today. So, a solicitor from Leeds has been jailed for 21 months after he attempted to pocket £130,000 in a tax fraud. Timothy Thomas Rogers, 35, owner of Rogers & Co Solicitors in Leeds, was caught by investigators from HMRC after they discovered discrepancies in property sales where he had acted in the conveyance as the conveyancing solicitor. Investigators found that Rogers had altered legal documents to reduce the amount of stamp duty due on properties bought by his clients. However, he then charged them the full amount and simply pocketed the difference. Not allowed, Timmy, not allowed. In an attempt to cover up the fraud, he submitted land registry documents showing the true purchase price of the properties. HMRC investigated uncovered 8 property transactions in which Rogers had defrauded his clients. Rogers submitted false VAT refund claims totaling more than £79,000 also. He was caught out when he refused to hand over the paperwork needed to support his claims. He also pleaded guilty to fraud after deducting more than £4,000 in income tax and national insurance contributions from his 2 employees. But again, he just simply pocketed the money. Joe Tyler, the Assistant Director of Criminal Investigations at HMRC, said, as a solicitor, Timmy Rogers should know only too well what the consequences of his actions would be. To abuse the trust of clients and employees was a despicable act, trying to steal money that had been paid by them in good faith to meet their tax liabilities. Today's sentence should serve as a reminder that those who hold positions of trust, that the justice system takes a firm line on those who fall foul of the law. Rogers was arrested and questioned by officers from HMRC and was later imprisoned for 21 months by His Honour Judge Cahill at Leeds Crown Court. Well. So I ended up thinking, right, we need a little bit of more information on this. So what we did was, well, I'll tell you what we did. So I'll tell you what we did. What we did was we did some more digging, and shout out to I Spy Audits, we came up with this. So this is the judgment order that was made against street video reviewer aka Timothy Thomas Rogers by the Solicitors Disciplinary Tribunal under the Solicitors Act 1974, case number 113462015. Wicked. So the Solicitors Regulation Authority obviously got past the information by HMRC and the courts once he was convicted, and they decided to take him before a tribunal to have him struck off and barred from acting as a solicitor in England and Wales. Now this is quite a big document, so I'm not going to bore you with everything. I'm just going to, well, first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to skip to a part called factual background. I will make this document available to you in the description box, so if you go check it out you can download a copy and read it in full. So the factual background is the respondent, street video reviewer, born October 1977, was admitted to the role, became a solicitor on the 15th of March 2004. Previously he was not a practicing solicitor. The respondent formerly practiced as a sole practitioner trading at Rogers & Co Solicitors on Basinghall Street, just behind me, Upper Basinghall Street in fact, at LS1 in Leeds. HMRC undertook an investigation, which we know they found him guilty for number 3 offences, which are in this article listed as the respondent, by virtue of his conviction upon indictment of 2 counts of cheat the public revenue, failed to uphold the rule of law and the proper administration of justice, contrary to Principle 1 of the Solicitors Regulation Authority Code of Conduct 2011. And then there's 2 other charges that are just the same, but they relate to Principle 2 of the Code and Principle 6 of the Code. Again, if you want to read it in full, that is available for you down below. The firm also had the VAT issue, which I spoke about earlier. Matters of £2,078.09, £79,397 and £354,741. We're talking not far under £500,000, are we? Not far under £500,000. So the findings and facts of law were the tribunal had carefully considered all the documents provided and the applicant's submissions. The applicant was required to prove all the allegations beyond reasonable doubt. By the way, he failed to attend the tribunal. He did send some back and forward emails, but he didn't have the minerals to actually attend and back himself up. They found all 3 counts, allegation 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3, found him guilty of all offences. And obviously subsequently, if I go to the back of this, do apologise, the statement of full order is found. The tribunal ordered the respondent, Timothy Thomas Rogers, solicitor, to be struck off the roll of solicitors, and it further ordered that he do pay the costs of and incidental to this application and inquiry, fixed in the sum of £2,857.20, and that order was made on the 17th day of September 2015, and the judgment was filed on the 18th of September 2015. So as of that date, he was banned. And I'll also show you these. I'll stick them on the screen as well. This was his company, Law Rogers LLP, which was dissolved. And then there's a second business of the same address, which is called Move Mash Limited, both of which are now dissolved. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Right, so again, I'm going to be sorry about the old eyes and stuff, and I don't know if I stand this way any better and it'll affect the, I don't know, the sun is so bright, I'm sorry. But anyway, right, so now we have established that he was a solicitor. He has been convicted, he's been to prison, he has now been struck off, and he's barred from being a solicitor. Before we go and have a look at some of the law, let's firstly have a look at these. Now, these are 3 counter copyright notification claims that he has submitted to YouTube. Let's examine these carefully. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the first one on screen. So you can see here, this is a YouTube copyright counter notification, which was made on the 21st of August 23, 22:58 p.m. So we scroll down here, it says here the link. This is the link here to the video which we are talking about. And then we go a bit further down, the display name of the uploader, Street Video Reviewer. We've got the client, which is obviously Street Video Reviewer. The claimant, which was myself, because I filed the copyright claim. And this is obviously regarding a counter notification. So this is his response here. Number 1, my role and contact. I am the authorised representative of the YouTube uploader, Street Video Reviewer. And he has asked, Street Video Reviewer has asked me to write to you by email. I consider that a lie because it is one of the same, and I'll prove that to you very shortly. So my relationship to the channel is that I am the representative of this, and his email address here, tomrogers@lawrogers.com. Now this is extremely important, we'll come back to this later. The address here, which we've got, 18 Field Road, is the same correspondence address that is on the company's house websites, which I've just shown you in the previous clip.
There's a number there as well. And then if we go to the next page, if I go down, should I say, it says that both myself and Street Video Reviewer agree with the following statement. So here he's definitely making the claim that he and SVR are not one of the same. I consent to the jurisdiction, blah blah blah. The removal of consent. So again, not interesting, but let's get back down to the bottom. Right, so the electronic signature here, look, Tom Rogers. Tom Rogers. Who is Tom Rogers? Tom Rogers at lawrogers.com. Because his full name is Timothy Thomas Rogers. So it appears he's just using his middle name, isn't it? Tom Rogers. I mean, it wouldn't even be a legal name, would it? Tom Rogers. You know, it's Thomas, isn't it? Not Tom. But anyhow, you know, I swear under the penalty of perjury that I have good faith belief the material was removed due to a mistake or misidentification, blah blah blah. Again, the email down here, but this time it's different. It's Tom Rogers at lawrogers.net. So, you know, same domain. It's just well, technically different domain, but same domain name. He just has bought the different add-ons at the end. So yeah, there's two more of them claims, two more of them, and they're exactly the same. So I hope you're following with me, guys. I'm pointing out the facts here that Street Video Reviewer is Tom Rogers. Tom Rogers being Thomas Rogers, Timothy's middle name. So let's have a look at the law and the legislation regarding acting like a solicitor, especially when barred. Okay, so now we're here outside Leeds Crown Court where Timothy was convicted and jailed. I have here with me some law, good bit of legislation, specifically the Solicitors Act 1974, Chapter 47, Part 1, which reads as, well, I'll put it on screen for you, and it reads, unqualified persons not to act as a solicitor. No unqualified person is to act as a solicitor. Any person who contravenes subsection 1 is guilty of an offence and liable on conviction on indictment to imprisonment for not more than 2 years or to a fine or to both. Now 21 reads, unqualified person not to pretend to be a solicitor. Any unqualified person who willfully pretends to be or takes or uses any name, title, addition or description implying that he is qualified or recognised by law as qualified to act as a solicitor shall be guilty of an offence and liable on summary conviction to a fine not exceeding the 4th level on the standard scale. We've also got, any act is done by a body corporate or by any director, officer or servant of a body corporate and is of such a nature or is done in such a manner as to be calculated to imply that the body corporate is qualified or recognised by law as qualified to act as a solicitor, the body corporate shall be guilty of an offence and liable on summary conviction to a fine not exceeding the 4th level and standard scale. And then finally we have, in the case of an act done by a director, officer or servant of the body corporate, he shall also be guilty to an offence liable on summary conviction to a fine not exceeding the 4th level and standard scale. Okay, so where does that leave us? So, well, I mean, we've seen, sorry, let me just go back a second. So we've seen that the emails from Google, and you know, back to the law, any unqualified person who willfully pretends to be, takes or uses any name, title, addition or description implying that he is qualified or recognised by law is guilty on indictment. So obviously 2 years imprisonment, up to 2 years imprisonment. Right, so we've covered his history, we've covered that he's barred, we've covered the companies, we've covered the legislation, and we've covered the emails from YouTube. Now what we need to ask ourselves is, has he pretended to be a solicitor in them emails? I vote, well, yes. You know, he's talking about, you know, the representative, and he's also used the Law Rogers email address. You know, that would indicate, or one would presume from such, that he is a part of a law firm at the most minimum. However, there'll be a number of defences to use against that. I don't know, he might say, I've just, you know, I've had that email, I'm just using that email until it expires, because the email is due to expire later on this year, the domain name, should I say. However, he's forgot one thing. He's forgot that, well, he's forgot about my last hand, you see, because I've got a good hand. You see, what I've got is I've got a pair and I've got another pair, but you see, one pair's 2 aces and the other pair's 2 aces.
That's 4 aces.
Why? Yes, bossy, that is 4 aces. I didn't know he could count either. But what I have got here is 100% definitive proof that Mr. Rogers, Timmy, has indeed been practicing and attempting to practice in law. Now, this email is from Tom Rogers, put it on screen, from Tom Rogers at lawrogers.net, and this email was sent to myself on the 18th of May 2022. Let's remind ourselves that he was barred from the solicitor's game in 2015. Look at this first email. You won't remember sending this, but I bet you will now, won't you, Timmy? I hope you don't mind me approaching you like this, but I've noticed that there's a proposal to strike off your company. See here, look what it says here. I offer legal services, and for a small fee, I can help you sort this out quickly and prevent strike off. What did that say? Legal services for a small fee. Legal services for money. Mr. Rogers, you grass yourself up, bang to rights, there's no arguments to be had. You, my friend, are a criminal, and you are still a criminal now. You're still breaking the laws. Not only did you defraud your clients of hundreds of thousands of pounds, ripping off the government for hundreds of thousands of pounds, oh no, £79,000 for the government and taxes, whatever, but I'll give you that one. But you're now breaking the law by still acting as a solicitor. As you can assume, guys, obviously, guys, as you will be fully aware, I put this bundle again and I've sent it across to the Connect organisations, and I've sent it off to the governing body for the solicitors, the SRA, and also I've sent it to the police as well. Namely, I've sent it to North Yorkshire Police, as I believe he's committing these offences from his home address, so it should be them that are to deal with it. Oh, Timmy. I told you to just jog on and leave me alone, but you had to keep digging, didn't you? There's only one thing to do now, isn't there? Cheers. Oh, that tastes like, it tastes like a victory. Now, just want to say before the end that every single one of you who's watching, you've got my absolute and utter permission, except for Street Video Reviewer, any associated channels, or Timothy Thomas Rogers or Tom Rogers, have permission to use my video, download it, upload it as your own, put ads on it, make a few quid off it, share it. Everyone, apart from any person who has any affiliation to Street Video Reviewer in any way, shape or form, has my utter permission to share this video far and wide, because I'm more than sure that he's going to do his goddamn best to have it taken down. So please, everyone, please download the video and share it as much as you want. I will try my best to put a link in the description box alongside all these documents, a link so you can download the video without any messing about. But that's me, guys. Let me just do that again.
Cheers to me. To everyone else, guys. Until the next one, as always, stay safe, peace and respect.